Hey, shalom, shalom. Start up here. Alright, let's get into it, man. First and foremost, giving all praises, facing the east, giving all praises to the Father and His Son, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Sham, Kadash. Those are the true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the Lashawan Kadash, that's the holy language, the holy tongue, the Paleo-Hebrew, the Paleo-Hebrew, what we used to speak before we spoke this colonizer language. So breaking it down, Yahawah is the Father's true name. That means He is, He exists. Bahasham means in the name. Bah meaning in, Ha meaning the, Sham meaning name. Then Yahawashi, that means He saves, He delivers, He is salvation. That's the Son's true name. And Bahasham, once again, in the name. And then Rakah, Kodash, that's a spirit, that's holy. Rakah meaning spirit, Kodash meaning holy. Alright, put it all together. It's Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Alright, and second of all, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, who rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us His truth. And shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect that's out there pushing, preaching, and keeping these laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability, man, believing and moving forth correctly and properly. Alright, we're moving into the Passover. On the East Coast, I know it's already that time frame, and on the West Coast, it's got about 3 more hours, 2 more hours. You know what I'm saying? And the Passover is also, it's a Shabbat as well. You know what I'm saying? And really, just it's a major spiritual moment. This is a vital time, man. A very important pastime, a very important holy day, which we celebrate, man. This lesson is brought to you in the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Shem, Yahawashi, Shem, Kakadash. This right here is honoring Yahawah, Shem, Yahawashi, and this right here you have to take worthily. You have to examine yourself. Okay, you got to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right, and that you're worthy to take the Passover, to sit down and commune, in that sense, with Yahawah Basham Yahawashi. This is not something you should take lightly, or it's just lamb, or it's just wine, or it's just bitter herbs, or those things. Honestly, they matter most definitely, all right. But it's the spiritual emphasis behind those things that's the most important, because it representing Yahawashi. Right? It's representing the bitterness of the captivities which we went through. When we was in Egypt, going through it, that bitter herb represented the bitterness that we went through in Egypt. And we're in Egypt once again. Alright, so it's representing the bitterness that we go through in America. Okay? Alright, all over this planet, because you got brothers all over this planet going through stuff. Right? So, under these damn devils, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you eat the horseradish, or some brothers may do spinach, or whatever you may do, you got different bitter herbs. You know what I'm saying? When you eat that, really think about, and when you take all these aspects of the ceremony, right, it's that spiritual meaning behind these things, that's important. I want to dive more into, because I've been watching a lot of videos today of brothers going into it. I'm going to dive more into brothers that may be like, you may not be around, or you may be doing the Passover with your family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'm going to jump into that more, so how the spiritual aspect is still important. Alright, it's still extremely important that you take it, and we're all being watched, right? And we're all in one body. Okay, that's why the title of this lesson is "The Passover is for the body of believers." Okay, it's for the body of believers, man. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, shalom to you brothers on the comment board. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. Alright. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I'm going to start in 1 Corinthians 12:12. For as the body is one, and have many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Hamashiach. For by one Spirit, are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. At that point in time, whether you was born in Rome, whether you was born in Corinth, you was born in Ephesus, you was born in Philippi, you was born wherever you was born, okay? You was a Jew or a Gentile. You know, you got brought into this thing, right? Or you was naturally, you was brought up in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because through the blood, you would be an Israelite in general. That's what Jew and Gentile is. They're through the blood, they're both Israelites. It's just one grew up a different way, right? Believing he was this, but he found out he was this, you know? And then the others grew up new, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. You know what I'm saying? Now, at this point in time, we're all Gentiles, okay? We grew up as Gentiles. We grew up Baptist, Protestant, Methodist. Some brothers might have been Catholic, whatever, you know? And we was Gentiles in our mind, in our ways, in our actions. But now we're living the correct way, the proper way. We have repented and converted and been brought back into this truth, you know? So we're brought back into that body. And it's important to keep that in mind. So we're brought back. A part of being in that body is keeping these holy days, you know? Keeping these, you're converting, so you're changing. You're moving into the right ways, the righteous ways. So in your mindset, it's not, oh yeah, Passover, I didn't do it last year, I don't gotta do it this year, whatever. No, in your mind, it's like, this is important. I need to partake in this. Okay? I need to rehearse the righteous acts. Let's get that. You know, you will have, and that's why I said, as the lesson says, that the Passover is only for believers. You have individuals that really don't care too much for these feasts, and they would just move past it. Like, it doesn't matter, you know? Because they don't truly believe. They don't truly have a faith. They don't understand, and they're not taking the importance of rehearsing these righteous acts. This is Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahawah, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahawah go down to the gates. So we're drawing water, which in turn talks about us in slavery, labor, heavy labor. You know, think about those I watch Jackie Chan movies, Jet Li movies, you know, and when they're training, they're doing the Halalyam training, they're carrying water off a pole on their back, you know, and they're carrying, it's heavy, but it's building them up, and you see the transition over that, right? And it's going into that bitterness of the trials and tribulations that we go through. The chastisement is bitter, and it you know, it sucks, but it builds us up to the point where we breaking bricks with our head, you know. At the end of the movie, that's what they doing. You know, you're a Shaolin master now. You know, so the rest, our people ain't going through all that. They're not considering, and when they go through these motions, even the Jake that knows the proper names, man. Okay, he won't do the trial and take it like it's important. He'll do the workout, but he won't go through the reps the proper way, do them the proper way. So his foundation is weak, and therefore that house that he was building is ultimately going to collapse. You look at Esau's buildings now, they collapse in 30, 40, 50 years. When Jake was building these ancient buildings, these old world buildings that you may hear about, okay, these buildings are still standing because of the material and the foundation and the mathematical design that the Yahawah placed into them to build these buildings, where they're far superior, right, than anything that Esau is building at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? So it goes into that foundation. So as a Jake that's listening to this right now, think about your foundation. Is it a strong foundation? Are you doing the workouts properly, correctly, you know? Or are you just doing like the push-up, like you going down a little bit, but you ain't going down all the way. You know what I'm saying? You can go down, oh, that's one, oh, that's one, that's two. No, that's not. It doesn't count. So do it all the way so it counts. Right? And you'll be rewarded in the end by that hard work that you put in. So that drawing water, these being refined. Let's get that, because we are refined. Now, if you deny and you reject the refinement that Yahawah is bringing to you, then are you going to be accepted? No, you're not. Okay, this is Isaiah 48:10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. For mine own sake, even for mine own sake, will I do it. For how should my name be polluted? And I will not give my glory unto another. Right? Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is about to bestow and about to raise you up and lift you up to glorify him, to give his glory, to glorify him. You know, so you are being what? A representation of him. Okay? Being his battle axe, going forth. He said he will put his spirit in you, have his anger in you. You know, he's not putting that in the individual that he hasn't proven, that he doesn't trust. He's not fully dealing with. So the elect, you know, they're going to be purified. They're going to be virgins, right? In the sense of not being polluted, as he said, not being polluted, you know, having the right understanding and all of those qualifications just to enter into the body. And they're going to be all moving in the same manner, man. You know, it ain't going to be no confusion amongst the brotherhood, right? So for him to give you that glory, you got to be tried and put into, as it says right there, in that furnace of affliction. Now, who wants to step into a furnace? The rest of the world is looking at it like, nah, we ain't, you know, I don't want to go through that. You talking about we got to go through this, we got to go through that, we got to lose this, we got to lose that, we got to forsake everything. You know, dang, this is extremely, nah. 99% of the world is like, nah, can't do it. You got it, you know, because they don't have the faith. They're not going to be able to go through it. So everybody out here, you know, you coming up, they want to be hard, you want to be tough. The hardest men is men of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, man. Okay? What really matters is faith. It's having that spiritual endurance, that stamina to endure until the end. All right, let's get that. You got to get that now. It is Matthew 24:13. But he, now matter of fact, start at 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So because sin is going to constantly spread all over this earth like a virus, how it's already doing. That's what you're seeing. And it has to get worse. It's bad now, you know, it's getting there to that time of Noah. And we're seeing things that's like, yo, it's crazy, but it has to continue rising in wickedness, right? So verse 13, but he that shall endure, those that shall remain pure and continue through all these situations and challenges and the furnace of affliction, right? He that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved, right? So that spiritual endurance, being able to endure, it's not about who's physically strong, but about who's spiritually strong. A physically strong dude that doesn't have Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is going to wither, break down, and cry like a little girl, man, in the midst of Jacob's trouble. Okay? That's what's going to happen. All right? Because he can't comprehend and understand what's going on. All right? And Jeremiah 30:7 tells you that. Okay? Starting at 5, it really tells you that. Matter of fact, let's go there. This is Jeremiah 30:5. For thus saith Yahawah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. That's what's coming to this planet. Trembling, fear, not of peace. Okay? Everywhere. All over. Not just in America, Babylon, but everywhere. So wherever you are, that hour of temptation will rest upon you. Verse 6, ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Do men have children? Do they incubate children? Right? Do children come through your? No, they don't. Okay? So consider that this is how painful these situations are going to be, man. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, his mind, right, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, in a situation of shock, a situation of can't comprehend what's really going on. What FEMA troops, 15-minute cities, right, FEMA camps, right, UN troops on the streets. Okay, they're shooting people that's disobedient, that's out after 11, that's out after 10, out after curfew. You know, they're letting bullets fly and nobody's stopping. Where's 911? You know, this is what's coming to this planet. This is why people are going to be, their face is going to be pale. They're going to be shocked like they seen a ghost. You know, then you're not going to be able to comprehend what's taking place. But who's going to comprehend? The believers. The ones that obeyed during the time of the Passover, during the time where Yahawah is visiting this place. Yahawah sent Yahawashi to visit the Egyptians during that time frame to what? To discontinue them, right? Discontinue their firstborn son, right? He visited the Egyptians, right? And we got passed over because we obeyed and put the blood of the lamb upon the doorposts. Okay, so the same sense right now is the believers. This is going to happen. The 2/3, you've aligned yourself with the heathen, so you're going to be treated as such. You know, you picked your side. So therefore, the war is only two sides, man. And you picked your side, so you're going to be treated as hostile. Okay, let's go back to 1 Corinthians. Okay, in 12th chapter. What's coming down the pipe, man, is you got to be in the body, man. You know, all the games that you've been playing, shit's got to end. You know what I'm saying? You're making all these excuses. You're not doing your lessons. You know, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Yahawashi looking at it like, okay, you're not serious. You don't care. You haven't considered. All right? So that opportunity for you to show yourself to be a servant, well, you're gonna be pushed aside, and somebody else is gonna get the job. Think about it yourself. You're an owner of a mansion, and you got a butler, and he keep fucking up the meal. He can't cook the fish. He can't fry fish. He can't boil water. You know, what are you gonna do with that butler? You gonna continue to give him another chance? Hey, well, you can prepare tonight. You can prepare the meal tonight, Benson. No, you're not gonna continue to give him another chance. You're gonna fire him and hire somebody else that's gonna do the job the right way. And that's the same sense of Yahawashi telling the individuals with the tokens, the talents, right? And one took the talent and buried it under the earth. And when he got found out, what happened? That talent got took from him and given to the one with 10. Okay? Because you didn't care about the position that you was given. So that's going back into the Passover is for believers, man. All right? Let me check the comment board, but I don't see no precepts, so I really ain't looking. You know? This individual, yeah, we can get you up out of here. This ain't no time for all that. Okay, if you don't know the true names of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, this ain't the lie for you. Alright, let's keep it going. So back to 1 Corinthians 12 and 13. For by one spirit are we all baptized into one body. We are baptized with what? The names of Yahawah, Yahawashi, and Rakakwadash. We are baptized in those names. That's it. You know, and it's a spiritual baptism, right? Where we're learning through the words, through the understanding of the scriptures, the truth. Okay, we're getting it, the Tawah, right? And you could get the water if you want to. You know, it's not necessary though, because this thing is spiritual. All right, you can dump your head in water 100 times a day, but not understand the breakdown of Revelation 13. You know, so what does that water really do for you? Answer me that. It doesn't do anything. Okay, that's an old way. Right? That's not needed today. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you take a bath or you take a shower every day, so you're getting into water right there. All you gotta do is say the names of Yahawah, Yahawashi, you know, Kakadash. Okay, you're baptized. Hey, if it was that simple, it's not that simple, man. You know, it comes with effort. It comes with time. It comes with being proved. It comes with learning. It comes with Yahawashi sitting down and supping with you and being intimate with you and revealing things to you, revealing himself to you. That's what's going on. We have been, he has revealed this truth. Really, and it's your first love. So he has revealed it to you. What he loves, he revealed to us. You know, it's something near and dear to his heart. And he found us as friends, as it states in what's that, John 17. He finds us as friends. So you reveal to your friends something that's near and dear to your heart, man. You know? He ain't not giving this to everybody. Alright? And going back to just finishing that one up. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. Already broke down the Jews and Gentiles part. Alright? So understanding that. And the bond or free. Man, I got a brother. I know this one brother. I ain't gonna say his name, but my brother down there in Atlanta, he know who he is. You know, brother found us on TikTok when he was in prison, man. He was bond, you know, and was following Great Millstone, you know, following the elders and listening to us and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that brother doing videos, beautiful videos now. You know what I'm saying? And is about to join the camp down there in Atlanta now. So it's seeing brothers come so far over the years. You know, it's a beautiful thing to see Yahawashi working and to see this taking place, regardless where you was at, whatever your situation. Everybody's situation is different, but to see everybody come full force and to see that body being assembled, man, it's like Power Rangers. You know, hey, they getting their ass whooped, but then they come and they metamorph, they turn into the dino, you know, they turn into that, 5 parts come together, the leg, the arm, and the body, or the head, you know, they all come together, and now they getting down. And that's what it's like right now, man. Seeing Yasha Allah come together and the hopeful elect, okay? Because not all of Yasha Allah is going to come together at this point in time. Going back to the title, the Passover is for the believers, all right? So, bond or free, regardless of your situation, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit. For the body is not one member, but many. All right? We supposed to what? It's for individuals out there, you keeping the law 100%. Oh, man, that's amazing. You supposed to be in Jerusalem right now. Okay? You got a plane ticket? You in Jerusalem right now? I mean, what? Oh, come on, man. You can't. Okay? You can't. And you take your ass over there right now, you bound to get hit by an Iranian missile. I think that's hilarious because Yahawah got the best sense of humor. You take your ass over there, I'm keeping the Passover, I'm going over there right now. And then boom, soon as you touch down, the airport get hit. Alright? Trying to keep the law 100%. The law can't save you, buddy. You know? So, going back to this thing being spiritual, and we doing the best that we can, putting forth that effort, all right? We're all over the planet. All right, but we're rehearsing these righteous acts, and we're doing it on the same day. You got some camps that ain't doing it right now, because they don't understand. They looking at the new. They gonna look at the. You got a blood moon at night. They calling it a pink moon. Esau change all these damn titles, whatever. Okay, all right, it's a sign. Okay, Yahawah is showing us a sign. You know, but they would say that is a new moon, but it's a full moon because it's full, and this would be the brightest. You take away, you didn't have these lights, you didn't have electricity. This would be the brightest of the time of the month. Okay, this would be the brightest because the full moon would be shining. So when we left Egypt, we left under a full moon. It would be the brightest time period. You know, Yahawah did all those things, had a purpose for it, right? So it's beautiful to know. And we know on the 14th day, all right? So we know we can measure the time based upon the scriptures. This is the proper way, all right? So even the fact that he's telling you on the 14th day, that's letting you know this is not a new moon. It's in the middle of the month, man. I'm like, yo, who can really be that slow? But they doing it on purpose. Okay? That's all I can figure it out, is they doing it on purpose. And if you slow enough to believe, you don't have the discernment to understand what a new moon is and a full moon is, then you deserve that. You deserve that. Alright? So keeping it going. For the body is not one member, but many. You got many different parts, and they're all coming together at the same time. They may not be physically together, but they're coming together for the same purpose, in the same spirit, in the same mind, and they're rehearsing the righteous acts, man. So the Passover is for the believers. The believers are together. All right. Verse 15. If the foot shall say, because I am not the head, Salakia, if the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? Okay? And in that sense, understand this. Yo, every part of the body is important. You know, your thumb is major. Okay? But even off that, your pointer finger is extremely important. Or your pinky is important. Every single finger is important. So without a piece, going back to that Power Rangers analogy, you won't be able to beat what you gotta beat. So you need all these pieces to come together. All right? Or Voltron, we are assembling Thundercats. That's what we see. We see a recurring theme as kids, seeing unity. All right? As kids, we saw all this unity come together. Captain Planet, remember they had to come together with the rings? All of this type of stuff, man. It's showing you. All right? The elect has to come together. And we are together spiritually. Yahawashi, we be that number. And every single body, every individual has that same humble mindset. Because we're not saying that we're chosen. We're praying. We're coming humbly and meek and praying that the Spirit continues with us and that we are of that number. All right? But I love what Elder Apostle Gabar does with those 7 traits that you may be of the elect. All right? So you display and you work on those things, right? And you have a strong confidence, right? Because the Spirit gives you confidence as well. But you don't let that make you high-minded or anything like that, right? So keeping it going. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, it is therefore not of the body. And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole body were hearing, where was the smelling? But now have power set the members, every one of them in the body, as it hath pleased him. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, etc., etc. The point has been made is that every individual is with the apple of Yahawah's eye. Okay, so it's precious. All right, let's get that in the sight. All right, what's that? Psalms This is Psalms 116-15. Precious in the sight of Yahawah is the death of his saints. So it's important. He looks at every single member as important. You know, once again, going back to Yahawashi, calling us friends and relaying to us something that's near and dear to him, which is just truth. Giving us a key, giving us a way to enter back in. And that's what Yahawah had to first draw us. So that's letting you know that you are cared about. If you ever, you know, what's the patty? Somebody loves you, babe. Hey, Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi there for you, man. You know, you are cared about. So keep that in your mindset. Okay? This is not something that's just to the side. This whole entire truth, man. So taking it full circle is understanding that every single act is important. When you rehearsing the righteous acts, when you keeping these laws, commandments, and statutes, you live in the right way, you live in the correct way. These words are powerful. These actions are powerful. Every idle word shall be judged. If every idle word shall be judged, doesn't that mean that everything is important? All right? Yahawah don't just do nothing just to do it. That's actually a characteristic of a damn 2/3. Just doing something just to do it. Oh yeah, let's just go do it. Why you want to go there? Because I just want to go. I just know. Be purposeful with it. Why are we eating this? Alright? Why, you know, why are we drinking this? Alright? It's be purposeful. Esau does everything purposeful. Look at him. He what? He diligently seeks out a matter. He diligently seeks out iniquity. And he comes forth and he tries to confound you and tries to set you up with all these different traps that he has seeked out. And have you drinking, look at all this fluoride water, you know? So he purposely puts that in there too. But it's like, it's a counter. The right hand always counters the left. Right? Yahawah always sends a counter. So they throw the jab, oh, I throw the up, you know? That's what it is. So we ain't never off guard. It's not possible. You know? It's not possible, man. So, hey, man, beginning to wrap this up. I pray this is edifying. But the fact is hey, the body is together and the body is going to be moving. We're going to see past the wiles of the devil. All right, Ephesians 6:10 and 12, going through there. We're going to see past these traps and these strategies that this individual, it's like we in the boardroom with this devil, looking at what he's planning for us. So when he comes at us with whatever he got, we already knew he was coming with it. Going back to, as I was stating with Jacob's trouble, great tribulation. You're seeing all this pain and all this, a carnal man would cry, would bitch and do all of this, but we already knew it was coming, so we're not surprised. There's no surprises. All right. Let me see anything else in this I wanted to get. Actually, I could finish this out because this is all good, man. All right. Verse 21, 1 Corinthians 12. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Every single part of the body is important. All right. Everybody has a different gift. You got a different niche, you know, something that you like, something that you're good at, right? Verse 22, nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. Think about, oh, this came out and this been coming out heavy, which Esau been knew this because he searches it out. Wisdom teeth. Okay? Esau tell you don't need those, but they're extremely beneficial to your body. All right? They help you regenerate certain things, a lot of cells and all of that. But Esau would, as soon as he gets the chance, he takes those wisdom teeth out of your mouth. When Yahawah placed them in there, showing you he don't do nothing just to do it. Why would he put in your mouth some teeth if you didn't need them? They're extremely important, man. You know, that's why in the sense of, man, we gotta. This place is upside down and it's full of confusion. And Esau is there to confuse you and to set you up. When Yahawah did everything for a purpose, man. Flowers come up, bees go to the flowers, bees take the pollen somewhere else, and everything continues that cycle every single year. Everything vibes off of one another. The earth is just one big vibe in a righteous sense when this devil is took away. You know, everything works off one another, and that's the ultimate sense of unity. You know, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? 23. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need, but power hath tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one to another. You treat your brother, man, you treat your fellow brother like Yahawashi, like you're dealing with Yahawashi. You know, that's why the second most important law, man. Okay, love each other how you want to be treated. Treat others the same way. All right, that right there, that cuts out bias, that cuts out respect of persons, that cuts out all of that. Right? You get that same amount of love. You know. So that's a beautiful way of life. When you go to the core of everything, the way that everything that Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi created is good. You know, it's just the devil messes it up. He takes and put concrete everywhere. He takes and sprays the chemtrails everywhere. He does all of this everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He makes a beautiful life. Elder Yasharamba said it, he has ruined the human experience. And he has definitely done that. Where this place used to be, it had its moment, it had its times, it's certain pleasures like swimming, but now, shoot, I remember, last summer, E had polluted the beach so damn much. It was a warning out that you can't go to this beach, you can't go to this beach, you can't go to this beach, because the damn devil had sewage was everywhere. So the beach was contaminated. You know? So he taking away these natural pleasures that we have, where it used to be fun at the beach. Now it's chemical factory, man. He turns everything into a chemical slop house, man. You know? Finishing this up. Let me see how much more. Yeah, I just go to the end of this chapter. All right. Verse 26, and whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it. Or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. If one sinner is, brought into the truth, all the heavens rejoice. All right? All the angels rejoice. Everybody's rejoicing. Oh, this brother coming. Oh, that brother might be, you know what I'm saying? So it's important. Because it's like, we found another brother. We found, pray the elect is sealed. So it's not about numbers. It's about quality. It's not about quantity. All right. I hate this dude, but Jay-Z, man, he said a good line. I ain't gonna say I hate him, but hey, you're 2/3 definitely. But he said a good line in some song. I just know it off the top. Less is more, or few is more, is plenty of us, or something like that, So it's just because it's less of us, it's more of us, because it's a better foundation, and it's true men, it's quality men, right? So less is more. All right. 27. Now ye are the body of Hamashiach, and members in particular, and power have set some in the church. First apostles, secondly prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Are all apostles, or all prophets, or all teachers, or all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? No. All right? Everybody has different gifts. Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? No, some brothers are extremely gifted in the Hebrew, right? Or just knowing different languages. They pick up different languages easy. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers got different gifts. Some brothers is good with the history, herbs, right? Music, whatever. You know, whatever it may be, right? Medicine, healing. So y'all got different, and it's a beautiful thing because it makes us unique. It makes us special, right? And it's how Yahawah Shem Yahawashi wanted us to be. When on the flip side of that, look at this whack ass world where everybody's trying to be the same. I used this analogy the other day. You go on Instagram, man. You go on Instagram, you find some so-called Instagram model, and then you go down to where it be like people you may know or a page similar to this or whatever, and you click on the next chick that looks similar. Her page is gonna look damn near identical. All right, this chick been to Turks and Caicos. She went to Turks and Caicos. They don't know each other. Keep that in mind. They don't know each other, but it's some kind of spell out here that has in their mind to live the exact same way. The exact same way. She got a sync picture. She got a sync picture. All right? She got red bottoms on. She got red bottoms on. This is a boring ass society, man. Ain't no flavor. No flavor. And you Jake. You the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, right? So Jake has lost its salt. You are wise to do evil. Trendy. Everybody looks the same, man. You know? It's an embarrassment. Our people are an embarrassment at this point in time. You know, and you it's another quote. You can know a nation by their women. Look at our women and you know how a nation is. Okay? Our women are whores, harlots, and I'm talking about in general, just in general. Yeah, our nation most definitely, but America, Babylon too, because most of our women are aligning with this devil. So that's what this place pushes out. It pushes out harlotry. It pushes out free thinking. It pushes out freedom. It pushes out liberty. The daughter gads abroad. She goes everywhere. She does everything, and she does everybody. That's America for you, right? I do see a precept. Hey, precept. Salaki. All right. It's shalom. Shalom with an A, but shalom. It's Yahawashi, man. Yahawashi. All right, and the Father's name is Yahawah. It's no E, no O, no U, no V in the Hebrew. All right, if you diligent, research that, bro. All right, but shalom to you. This is Psalms 133. All right, matter of fact, I just get my brothers because let's keep it going. Luke 22 and 14 through 15. And when the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him, and he said unto them, with desire I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. Come. Exactly. So Yahawashi knew what was about to take place. Okay? And he's letting them know. And he said this many times in different ways, and they really wasn't comprehending. Alright? That's why Peter, even when we see when everything popped, he still grabbed the dagger and cut the dude's ear off. But Yahawashi was telling you the whole time, hey, my time is coming. It's about time for me to suffer. Okay, it comes when they will try to kill the Son of Man. Okay, you know, the Son of Man must be offered up. Okay, he said it in John 3 and 14. He's letting you know, all right? As Moses put up the staff in the desert, in the wilderness, I must be, you know what I'm saying? So he was saying it so many different times, but they couldn't comprehend it because he hadn't opened their spirit yet to get it. You know what I'm saying? So wait, let's finish this up. Let's go back to 1 Corinthians. And let's finish that up. And this is 1 Corinthians 12 and 20. Actually, we was at 30. Have all the gifts of healing, do all speak with tongues, do all interpret, but covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way. We all got different gifts. Keep that in mind. But what's something we must all do is occupy in prophecy. Right? So whatever your gift is, you got to know these prophecies. You got to know when you see this happening that this is taking place right now. You know, that's what we seeing. We seeing Ezekiel 38. We seeing 2nd Esdras 15, 28. You know, downward. We seeing Revelations 18. That's about to come to pass. We seeing Revelation 17 and 16. That's about to come to pass. We know we're at the end of this timeline. Just like any old good song, man. Okay? The hook, the first hook came in, the second hook came in, we on the third verse, and we know the words perfectly. And we about to come towards the end of the song. Right? So that's what we understand, man. And then we're gonna sing the song of Moses, or the song of Yahawashi. Right? So it's a beautiful thing to see this thing spiraling down. Right? And it's all through the Spirit. So when you take your Passover tonight, right, or if you already did it, whatever, you know, all through the Spirit, you know what I'm saying, keep pushing, keep growing, examine yourself, grow more, do better than you did last year. Right? We continue to progress, we continue to keep going, we don't stay stagnant. It ain't no stalemate, because this battle is you versus you. You fighting the flesh, you know, you fighting those carnal desires, you fighting all of that. So it's you versus you. You got to keep pushing, keep moving, keep growing, and destroy the old you, and destroy, really just, you know, upgrade every single day, man. All right? Learn something new every single day, and continue to be a better you, and to be better for Yahawah, Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? That's who you married to. You think about that. Think about this. I'm going to end it with this. You get married, you got a wife, and you training her to treat, you know, to operate around you. So every single day, you're molding her to be with you. She's going to learn how to fit you and how to deal with you and all of that every single day. Right? To the point where she becomes that silent and loving woman. You know? And that's what you're being to Yahawah, Yahawashi. You're learning his ways. You're growing. And you're becoming a better individual every single day, man. You know what I'm saying? And that'll make sure that you're aligned with him. Right? And you're the complete opposite of what this damn devil wants you to be. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, any precepts? Let me see. Brother got 2. We can get them and be through. This is Luke 19 and 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. Exactly. And don't be that one that took one and put it in the sand because he was fearful and he was scared. All those thoughts, that's just demons that's messing with you. Oh, what if nobody watches my videos? What if it's not about watch? It's not about views. It's not about likes. It ain't about that shit, man. All right? Who is watching you? Yahawah, Yahawashi. Okay? You think the prophets back in the day when they was on the corners, what if nobody comes out? This ain't about that. All right? Who was watching them? Yahawah, Yahawashi. Okay? Man. Now you got to cut off, man. The internet and all that shit it destroys your mind, man. That's why one thing I say about the military, like we used to go on deployment, you had no internet. All this shit's cut out for months. You just out there with your thoughts. You know? That's what you gotta sit with. So take some time, sit with your thoughts, step away from this world, man. You know what I'm saying? Step away from all this shit that is feeding you, all this advertisement, you know, all these, because this is the wine of Babylon that is constantly trying to push upon you. You know, that's why, going back to that Instagram, that's why you got an Instagram model that looks just And she ain't no fucking model. That's why she looked like the next chick. That's why these females look exactly the same. I mean, wigs, bundles, braids, all that. Because that demon, that spell that's upon them is the same spell, man. All right? They done. It's foolishness. So step away, you know, and work on your talent. Work on what Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi gave you. If it just be one, then make it double. Make it flip. 1 becomes 2, and then 2 becomes 4, and then 4 becomes 8, and then 8 becomes 16. You see how over time that increases? But you was just, oh, I just got 1. I ain't got, he got 10. So what? Hey, so what, man? So what? Hey, the water for getting them up out of here. I ain't even see what was happening, but appreciate you. You always been a good moderator, bro. Good to see you. Matthew 24:46. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Exactly. All right, the master been gone 2,000 years. You still doing what you're supposed to do. You still doing your routine. You still cleaning the house. You still serving him just like he was there. You ain't changed. You ain't slack off just because he's not in the building. You're doing everything just like he coming to check on it right now. You know? So he coming and finding you doing. Yeah, I ain't been here in 2,000 years, but I see you still got the car clean. You still got the windows clean. You know, everything just like I left it. Hey, that servant is going to be rewarded, man. 100-fold. Because he had the integrity and the morals and the character to maintain. When it looked like, hey, the master, he tarrying. Is he coming back? You know, that's how they get in their mind. That's going back to the Passovers for the believers. If you over here not believing that Yahawashi is coming, take your ass on. This ain't for you. Okay? You giving up? Say he taking too long? He done forgot about us? It's not for you, man. It's not. It's just not. Alright? I don't even want to be around nobody like that. You know, we always got, what if? A what if an individual? What if? What if? What if we make it? What if we make it? What if? Alright, Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but how now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. What if you do that and he comes back and rewards you? What if? Alright? What if? What if we get those spiritual powers this year? What if we get beamed up into the chariots? Think about the positive, bro. Think about the good. Stop thinking about all the negative ass things that can happen to you. 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fail. So maintain and stay consistent. We fighting a battle. We surrounded, but we fighting, knowing that Yahawashi is with us. Many times, okay, many times when we look at Gideon, when they went to fight, it was far more enemies than it was them. But Yahawah made it like it was far more of them. Same thing he did with Elisha. Okay, many of times Yahawah fought with us. Or he made the enemies fight themselves. So we're going into battle knowing, look at Yahawah right now. What is he doing? He's preparing our enemies to fight themselves. WW3. All right. Zephaniah 3:8. Okay. Wait upon me. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may pour upon them my indignation. The same thing he did with our forefathers, where he had them, the enemies fight themselves. He's doing the same exact thing. It's nothing new under the earth. He's turning their sword on one another. That is a beautiful aspect of everything that's going on, man. He's turning that sword on one another. You know what I'm saying? But hey, brother got him. I'm gonna get that. Ecclesiasticus 2:10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahawah and was confounded? Nope. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Exactly. Nobody. Okay? He's gonna be with us. Like this individual right here, only Jesus, the living water. Yeah, you're gonna be the one that's gonna be confounded. All right? Jesus ain't gonna do shit, man. Okay? He ain't never done shit, and he never will do shit. You understand that? All right? Yahawashi is the proper name, and Yahawashi is that lamb, man. He's getting us through. He's the reason why death, destruction, peril, sorrow, all of that is going to pass over us. All right? Yeah, we got to go through all of this. And even if you do feel death, you're not going to feel that second death. Why would it say the second death? I mean, people have died many of times, you know? But it says the second death because you got the first death, which is the flood, where a mass amount of people, 8 souls were saved. Then you got the second death, where, once again, this is a great reset, how they love to say. WEF, right? This is what it is. It's the second death, where you're getting up out the way. Your program is being deleted. You're being erased, right? And we're restarting it. We're rebuilding the system. And we're coming through with our NWO. Fuck your shit. Your shit weak. You been had weak sauce for 500 years and you want to reset and bring more weak sauce? Where's the logic in that, man? All right? Hey, man, let me go, man. All right, let me go. No more precepts. Let me go. Let me go. Matthew 28:20. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Exactly. Regardless if his presence, he's sitting right beside us. All right. And this is the same sense of understanding when brothers was back there with Yahawashi. He was with us then. He went up into the chariot. He's still with us. Then he poured upon the Spirit on the brothers in Acts, the 2nd chapter. Okay. So he's with you. He ain't forget about you. He ain't never forget about us. He ain't gonna leave us down here. As we read in the other precept, man, confounded. We're calling upon the names, right? We're trusting and believing him, right? He's gonna come through. He's gonna make it happen. He's gonna get it done for us, as he always got it done for us. He's been with us. I love to look at this when whenever shit happens. Just look at all the other times that he's been with you. He's gonna be with you now. He's gonna get you through. Okay, as long as you continue to love him and to serve him and keep up your end of the deal, man. He's going to be with you. Pray and fast and maintain your part, your bargain. He's gonna meet his word. He's gonna meet his end. It's no wondering about that, right? So hey, man, the water for all the precepts. You know what I'm saying? The water for all the support. As always, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us the truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. As always, Kwam Yasha'Allah and Abad Babal. Hey, enjoy y'all Passovers, man. All right. Hey, be safe out there, as always. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, be patient and continue to move, man. All right, and let's get these individuals out of here so we'll never have to see them again. All right, the Passover is for the believers. All right, hey, Shalom, Zaquan. Shalom to On the Lookout 144K. You know, I've been seeing you pop in a lot, man. Shalom, good to see you. All right, but hey, Shalom.